Of three quarters and then a collapse in that fourth quarter. De'Aaron Fox, 17 points. What led to that?
I mean, he was in the paint all the time. He was by us defensively, and we didn't give good help. I mean, we just couldn't stop him at all in the fourth quarter. We didn't stop him really the whole night, but the fourth quarter we couldn't stop him at all.
You talked about wanting to see more effort, energy, want to, at least out of Hernan Gomez and Hart. How do you evaluate their level of effort tonight?
Well, no, I thought our entire team for a good part of the game played really hard. I think, they hit the stretch where they hit 3 or 4 like tough shots, tough threes against really good defense, and that sort of got them back in the game when we were ahead. And then from there, Fox took over, but we had some really good defensive possessions in the third quarter, and then they made some tough, well-defended shots. And then, look, I mean, we were at the rim all night long. We missed 33 shots in the paint. So, we got 25 more shots in the paint than they did to score 6 more points in the paint. So, that was a huge part of it too. I mean, we just couldn't make anything on the drive. They did a pretty good job, getting up vertical, but it's not like they've got great size in there. We just didn't convert very well. And then obviously, like a lot of nights with us, we didn't shoot the ball well on the perimeter either.
Coach, you led to my points in the paint attempts question, but I'll switch it over to Willie Hernan Gomez. Just how important was he tonight, not only with the double-double, but what he was doing on the defensive end as far as making calls?
Yeah, listen, I mean, I have great respect for guys like that, who really hasn't gotten a chance to play all year, keeps himself ready to go, and in game 19, he goes out and gives that kind of effort. Yeah, you can have nothing but respect for that. And his talk was good for us. But I've known that because those guys will play sometimes after practice. And even if I'm in my office, I can hear him talking. So, yeah, I was happy for Billy tonight to get a chance and happy that he made the best of it.
You talked about that third quarter, which your team's up by 10, but we were talking during the broadcast that those threes that Harrison Barnes was able to make, that literally kept Sacramento in the game, and then Fox took over the floor.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I thought our defense was as good as it's been in a long time in that quarter. And then, you're getting them late in the shot clock, step back contested threes, and he's knocking them down. I mean, so I can't fault our defense for that. That's a good player making tough shots. That gets them back in the game, and then we couldn't convert offensively, and that was the ball game.
What's up, Coach? This is Will from The Athletic. Another one where you guys struggled to get good looks down the stretch of a close one. What did you see from your offense during the final 4 or 5 minutes?
Well, I didn't think that we passed the ball, quite honestly. I mean, I thought it was a lot of one-on-one and a lot of taking tough shots, and I think we'd gotten out of that habit. We had been doing a good job making plays for teammates, but I thought down the stretch, we forced a lot of shots. I didn't think that we moved the ball. I didn't think that we executed. I think we had a lot of guys who wanted to get it done, but we went about it the wrong way.
Hey, Stan, it's Scott from NOLA.com. Are you worried at all about Brandon right now? And it doesn't seem like he's the same as effective as he was the first couple of weeks of the season. And are defenses switching something on him, or is he just pressing? How would you kind of describe it right now?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we've played 19 games. He's had 2 tough ones. So I wouldn't say that it's a long trend to me. But then again, I mean, maybe I'm looking at it different than you are, Scott. I'm not really sure. I actually think he's been playing great offense the last couple of games. I mean, it's been a lot of passes and setting people up. He's played within himself. I've actually been really happy with him. He didn't have a good one tonight, but he's going to get a lot of attention, and so he's going to have to make plays to other people. They're not really worried. I mean, people are going to guard 2 guys on our team. That's what they're going to guard, and so those guys have to be willing to make plays to set other people up.
Hey Stan, Christian Clark here with NOLA.com. Fouling has been something that Jackson has dealt with since he came into the league. What is just your message to him or instruction about defending without fouling?
Well, I thought his fouls tonight, I'll have to go back and watch the film, but he's a little bit late on things, and I also think, his lack of strength still as a young guy gets him into some situations where he fouls. He's got a ways to go, but he's working hard, and he'll eventually get there.
What's up, Coach? This is Will again. You guys gave Kyra an extended run tonight. You mentioned that was on your mind after the last game. Just what you kind of see from him in the minutes he got.
I mean, look, I thought he and Nikhil, were both good on the defensive end of the floor, gave us good energy in the whole thing. They just, they struggled to get the ball in the basket. I mean, they were 3 for 14 between them. So, but their energy was good. I thought they played the game hard. I like what they did defensively. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not at all disappointed in what they did, either one of them.
Stan, I was going to ask about Kyra as well. Just curious if any update on JJ. I know you had mentioned the rotation. You weren't expecting him not to play. I didn't know if anything had changed there with Kyra moving into this minute. Yeah,
we just wanted to give Kyra minutes. We want to play those guys some, so that's the decision that we made for tonight, for right or wrong.
Hey Coach, this is Ollie with the Bird Rights. Can you talk a little bit about Willie Hernan-Gomez's game? Because he has barely played, and he seemed to perform pretty well. And do you think he's moved up in the rotation, or what are your expectations going forward with him?
That's a great question, Ollie. It really is, and it's something that we'll have to talk about. We know that Willie's a good player. We knew when we signed him. I was excited about the signing. He's a good basketball player with some experience. And then so your decision becomes basically, are you going to play him and take the minutes from a young guy like Jackson Hayes? I mean, that's what it comes down to, and that's really as simple as a decision gets. It's either he or Jackson. It's not going to be both of them. So, not when Steven's back healthy. I mean, it won't be both of them. So that would have to be the decision.
Hey, Coach, this is Fletcher from NBC New Orleans. Following up on that, you just referenced for better or worse, and then obviously a young player versus a guy with more experience. Is there a point when you maybe stop trying to thread the needle, I guess so to say, and you do play some of the young players more, or is it going to be maybe kind of determining, do you get the young guys minutes or do you continue to play with the guys you have at some point?
I mean, Fletcher, look, we don't have, it seems to me sometimes that we don't have anything but young players. So tonight, we played one guy, well, I guess two with Billy, like over 25 years old. So that's all we've got. I don't know how many more minutes we could give young guys. We started tonight 20 years old, 23, 23. Came off the bench with a 19-year-old and a 22-year-old and a 25-year-old. And I don't know how to get younger. I certainly hope I don't find out how to get younger. So it's not really that. Look, I want to win. I want to win. So, that's what we're trying to do. Now, are we also at the same time trying to develop young guys? Of course we are. And so there is some decisions there. But no matter who we put out there, we're trying to win. And right now it's not working. And it's frustrating to everybody, frustrating to fans, frustrating to our players, frustrating to everybody in our organization, and probably most frustrating to me because it's my responsibility ultimately, and I'm not figuring out a way to get it done. But we're going to keep working at it and trying to get better. And, as we go forward here, the second half of the first half of the season.
All set. Thanks, Coach.
All right.